Hello, welcome to Dark Girls Podcast. I'm your host Justin. So today I'm reviewing the first episode of Netflix's reboot. Reboot? I guess is what you would call it, because it's not exactly a remake. If you've seen the original show, which was a CGI show from like the 90s to 2000s, which was made by Mainframe Entertainment, the same people who made the Beast Wars shows. So the first two seasons of Beast Wars and Beast Machines, which was like the third season, but like they changed the name. So like yeah, I watched the first episode and like it's funny how people said it was a Power Rangers ripoff, but watching it and considering this is a Canadian TV show, it's very obvious that this show was somewhat inspired by another Canadian TV show, Zix, or Six. I think that's how you pronounce it, which was a TV show from like the mid 2000s. Apparently went to 2009. I had no idea because I stopped watching the show after I had the internet because it was the thing where like the show was really crappy. It was about I can't even remember what it was about. It was basically like these two brothers and meet this like girl who recruits them to fight like monsters in the digital space, and they have like this enemy. I don't even remember. It was like a show that was like part like live action, part animation, and the animation was so shitty. It looked like early, even for 2004, 2005, the CG animation looked like early PS2 game graphic, man. It was so bad. And this show very much reminds me of that. But first, we should go on who created the show. You got the show created Michael Hefferon. It stars Ty Wood, AJ Freese, Gabriel Darku, Sydney Scotier, Hannah Vanden Weigart, Timothy E. Drummond, Bob Fraser. Oh my god, there's so many people. There was only like 6 people in the fucking first episode. Which the show is about, basically, you got these like four teenagers that don't really like know each other. They all start their first day in high school at Alan Turing. I think it was called Alan Turing Academy, which is obviously a reference to the guy who created who came up with the concept of like AI. He came up with the definition, and he also created he was also like a code breaker in World War II. There's like a movie about him with Benedict Cumberbatch, which I haven't seen that movie. I heard it sucked, but I don't know. I even forget. I think it was called the Enigma Machine. I don't even remember the name of the movie. Or was that the code they were trying to crack? I can't even remember. Yeah, so this episode was very short. It was like Canadian TV length. It was only like 22 episodes. Sorry, 22 minutes, right? And the show only has 2 seasons, right? What happens is basically they start off the first day of school. They showed off the different characters. You got not Ty. What was his name? You got Austin, Parker, Tamara, and Trey. Austin was the red guy. It was Austin's like jock like character who's friends with this nerd like character, and you got like Tamara, who's like the girl who has a very obvious Canadian accent, by the way, which kind of annoyed me. Yeah, it kind of annoyed me, her obvious like Canadian accent. And then you have the other guy who looks like he could be a jock, maybe plays basketball. I don't know, right? But yeah, they don't really, except for like Austin and I think Parker, who's like the nerd. They don't really know each other, but on their first day of school, they got told to meet at the room 0, right? Where they find this high-tech stuff. They go onto this platform and they get zapped into cyberspace, where they meet this like, not cyberspace, the internet or whatever. Usually in these old sci-fi shows, they would call it cyberspace. Yeah, whatever. So they meet this like AI called Vera, who tells them that they were basically just like in the last Starfighter, that they were basically chosen to become the Guardians, right, in the Reboot Guardian Code or whatever, because they were really good at this game called Cyber Guardians, I think it was called, right? And they get zapped into cyberspace. They have to fight these cyber locusts uh, that were sent by some guy. I don't even know the guy's name. I think they call him Darkcode or whatever, or they're carrying the Darkcode virus. And these locusts are like attacking some data that's causing like a huge, massive power outage in the UK, right? Which they even show you like news footage, and our characters fight the locusts. At first, they're treating it like a game, but once uh, not even questioning anything until like after one of them gets hurt and almost get killed, then they're like, okay, what's the rules to this shit again? So like after that, they defeat the locusts, which I thought, could we not have like, I don't know, it just seemed very boring. You only have like one enemy type, right? You don't even get like a henchman or something. This is why this is not a Power Rangers ripoff. If it was a Power Rangers ripoff, they would have had like, henchmen or something fight them after they defeated the very like shitty like enemies, right? But after that, they go back to class and they see Vera again, who just shows up randomly in class, who's obviously dubbed over some random actress, who's like, who I guess somehow got a real body from somewhere. Apparently, the nerd like hit some button and it caused her like, it gave her like a real body, and apparently she's stuck in the real world. She can no longer go to cyberspace, apparently. But we'll see what happens in the next episode. Which, I don't know if I feel like watching it, to be honest, because this is like, this honestly, just watching this made me feel like, man, like I'd rather just watch either Power Rangers, some random tokusatsu show, or what it really made me is nostalgia for was the original 6, which this show is obviously based off. It, like I said, it was this live action sci-fi show from YTV back in the day, which is a Canadian network, right? Where you used to get like anime and stuff. I don't even think they show anime or anything good recently or anything like worth watching. Oh man, yeah. So if I were to give this show a rating, this episode a rating, I would say 6.5 out of 10. I thought the designs for the characters' cyber suits were really lame, and then you have the stupid like Iron Man like interface inside, and it's like, does everything need to rip off Iron Man? Jesus fucking Christ, man. I like the Iron Man movies too, but like, I don't want to see that shit in everything, man. Yeah, and like I said, the aesthetics for the show suck. But apparently I saw some like screenshots of other episodes. Apparently Megabyte and the one girl, I forget her name. It's been like years since I've watched Reboot, by the way. Which, yeah, I honestly, if you're like interested in Reboot, the original Reboot, yeah, just watch that man. That was leaps and bounds better than this. That had a fucking great first episode, man. And what's really cool about Reboot is that they would constantly reference video games, TV shows. There's a fucking Mortal Kombat 2-parter, and like I think in like season 2 finale or season 1 finale, not season 1 finale. I can't remember. I think it was season 2. I could be wrong. But yeah, like, and like if you're not a huge fan, if you watch the show and you're like, man, this is good, but like not that good, it gets way better once there's like a time skip and Enzo becomes the main character, right? It gets a whole lot better. Which, yeah, there's a time skip and Enzo becomes this badass like renegade like character. He looks very Mad Max X. I would have loved to see interviews and say, hey, what was the inspiration for this? And they even like I think, and there's like there's lots of old cool pop culture references in that show. There's even like an Evil Dead episode. Yeah, so like honestly, Reboot, the original show, 100 times better than this. Why did I even give this a 6 out of 10? I think I was being too generous. This is a 5 out of 10. Fuck this show. All right, peace. But I might keep watching some episodes just to see how they handled Megabyte. Because I think that voice actor for Megabyte is dead. So like, are they gonna? Did they get somebody close, or they just got some random person? I would like to see that and check that out. All right, peace.